Hey, good morning, everybody. I wanted to share with you my newly acquired S5 Turbo 2, and this has a unique history to it. As some of you already know, this car comes from Canada, Alberta to be specific, and it was donated to a school when it was new. So uh, there was no mileage really put on the car, but there was some wear and tear that was put on it through the kids in auto shop and just doing stupid things as kids in high school do, especially when it's not their stuff. So the car's been gone through two owners. I'm the third owner, and with that, the car has all of 14,000 kilometers on it, about 9,000 miles, and I just got it probably about 2 days ago. Did an initial walkthrough on it, and I wanted to share with you guys what what the car looks like, the condition that it's in, and then take you guys through the steps of as I'm putting this whole thing back together. So it's a little bit more than what I thought, but it's going to be good. A lot of it is cosmetic. Mechanically, the car runs very strong. The turbo spools up, transmission, the clutch. I mean, everything just is as new. Um, just needs to get cleaned up, find some bits and pieces, radio, and definitely a paint job. The paint was not taken care of. However, it seems like there was probably some vandalism on the passenger door. It was repainted, um, and with that, this paint, if I were to do a paint correction, it would never match. And even if the passenger door was just repainted, it still wouldn't match. So the car will have to get completely repainted. Just that will be the last step in doing all this. The first step is going to be getting it registered, which I haven't had the chance to do. Plus, the audio will be next, then the leather, and then once that's done, in addition to the mechanicals, which Mike Lowe will get the car first before anything else, just to do a walkthrough and get the AC situated. The previous owner had it converted, but there's a leak somewhere, so it's an easy fix. Just has to figure out where it is. All right. So with that, here she is. All right. So all of 14,000 and change kilometers. You change over the kilometers from what is reported on the odometer to by 0.6213, and that will give you the mileage. But from, you know, 5-10 feet away, it looks great. There are imperfections with it. As I get closer to it, you will see what I mean by that. And I don't know if you could see here the passenger door, the different tint on it. All right. So this is just an initial walkthrough, or a walk around, I should say. Okay. So with that, I'm glad to have another one. As you guys know, especially from the videos that I put on here, I did have one with 60,000 miles on it, and looked like it just came out of the showroom. So that is where this one is going to go. It's just going to take a little time to get there. So now a little bit closer on the paint. You can see some of the imperfections here, and some of these gouges here are fairly deep. You can't just touch them up. A lot of the body panels have chips in it. No gouges, just chips. So easily fixed when it goes in for paint. There's some dings and dents. Those can get pulled out when it's in for repaint. You could see where the top layer of paint is just trashed. But again, to do a paint correction on this is going to be just useless. It'll just be a waste of time and money at this point. You could see from a distance there's a good reflection So under that faded coat of paint, it would there's some really good paint underneath it. It's just that things like this that are fairly deep gouges here, or scratches, I should say, won't make that a good alternative, especially with some of the bits and pieces here that are that need to get repainted. Right, this door here, I believe, was damaged at some point, as in not damaged it was hit, but I believe it was vandalized. This is a very different color than this. I don't think you can see it too much between here and here because the sun is on the other side. However, there is spray paint here, and there is spray paint here. In the middle somewhere was possibly some writing on this door that they were trying to get rid of, but the spray paint doesn't just come off, so they painted over it. The wheels are in great condition. They definitely need to get cleaned, like a thorough cleaning. You can see here on my finger. So I'm gonna get on that, get that all cleaned up. The fog lights are missing on this. The previous owner bought a set, and it has the male plugs to it. However, I can't find the female portion of that connection underneath or in the engine bay, so either they took it out in its entirety, or it's in there somewhere and I just can't see it on either side. That's something that when it goes into the shop, they'll take a look at. Get rid of this here. The doors are in awesome condition. The leather definitely needs to get treated. The plastics need to get treated as well. The carpet is in amazing condition. The door jambs as well. Just dirty. A lot of caked on dirt from over the years. It has the seals on it, especially the Canadian one here, which is pretty cool. This one here with the VIN number on it, which is super important, and I'll show you why in a minute. Leather, this definitely needs to get repaired here. This leather is somewhat brittle. I'm gonna have to condition this like I did the previous one. I had to do about eight hits of the Griot's leather conditioner, and it'll take a lot of this stuff out of the way. These are very superficial, so even if they don't go away as they're repairing the seat, they could put a dye on here and all of that will be history. In Canada, two things. They had the 87 wheel on the 91, and they don't have the automatic seatbelt restraints as the US model did. So those are two differences between what is typically seen here and what was in Canada. This also has watchers on the headlights, which I'll show you in a minute, which is really cool. Part of the cold weather package. That is the true mileage of the car. You could see there 14,739. So, but as you can see, the audio system has seen better days, and I was going to replace it with the OEM. Unfortunately, though, the wires here seem to have been cut. So the plug that goes into the OEM radio, the adapter or the connector is gone. So with that, I will have to go with a double DIN touchscreen, very clean system, and redo the speakers as well, both front and back, in order to finish that setup. The dash is in great condition. This right here, this part of it needs to get screwed in. It's a bit loose, as you can possibly see here. That's simple stuff. Just needs to get treated. No cracks, no rips, no tears. Same thing with the the passenger side. The windows and the sunroof work perfectly. Let me let's go to the hatch. So the struts on it, perfectly fine. The previous owner did have these speaker covers on it. However, these speaker covers are not what comes with the car. It's usually just a full mesh all the way around without these openings. I'm not sure what trim model these came off of, maybe a GXL or something. But at any rate, I am looking for these in the original form. So the other part too is you can see with the buildup, there's a lot of grime all the way through in here, all the way around. So that'll take a little bit to get rid of. And the twisties in here are missing. So if there's a part out car or what have you with these twisties to hold the carpet up against the back of the hatch, that would please let me know. I need those in order for that to happen. I did order a breakdown. What do you call it there? If you were to break down one of those emergency kits that goes underneath here, that I got from Australia, so that when that gets here, I'll add that to the bottom. Also, there's a stereo system that was added in here that will get removed once I bring it to the audio. As you can see here, the doors are in like perfect condition. This is all going to get treated. Any little like imperfections will get removed as I go through that process. The wiring all goes back to an amp back here. This amp will get removed and open up that area as it were to be stock. But the back of these chairs or seats are in perfect condition. This passenger one has some wear and tear on here. This is all can all be undone with coloring or dye. It's very superficial. There is a slight rip here, which could just get restitched. The center console is fine too. There's a little bit of a gouge. Oh no, actually, you know what? I just got rid of part of it. So again, I'm gonna have to go through this and clean it up. And as you can see here, the door's straight, just has a lot of grime on it. So that'll get all cleaned up. The carpet's in great condition. I did vacuum it just to kind of get a better understanding of where things are.